Hey everybody, it's Brian and we're in Bangkok right now. This is my good friend Joe and
Hello.
This is his apartment. I've been staying here for a week and Joe's been here for about 7 years and he's fluent in Thai. So we're gonna learn from him and see how he learned Thai fluent while living in Bangkok. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit in Thai?
Okay, so first thing to say hello in Thai we'd say is Sawadee Krap,
Sawadee krap.
which is just hello, and the Y, the thing I did here is called a Y. Okay, and this is a sign of respect, and it's a way of saying hello. ผมชื่อโจนะครับผมมาจากอังกฤษผมอยู่ที่กรุงเทพ7 ปีแล้วคนนี้ชื่อไบรอันเป็นเพื่อนกันหลายปีแล้วเป็นเพื่อนสนิทนะครับ
Cool. What else did you say?
Well, actually, I said hello at the beginning, you saw, and then I just said that my name is Joe.
Yeah.
I've lived in Bangkok for 7 years.
Yeah.
I come from England, and we're friends, and we're very close friends.
Cool. So what brought you here in Bangkok?
Well, actually, I went traveling. When I finished school, I went traveling, and that's where I met you. In Hong Kong.
Good times.
And then I went through to Thailand. I liked it a lot here. I went home, saved up, and I thought I'd just take a year out. So I thought 6 months Bangkok, 6 months Hong Kong, because I love it, and I'm still here 7 years later.
I see. So what are you doing here now in Bangkok?
Right now I work for a sports publishing company, and basically I'm sort of the media side. I do the translations, do some interviews and things in Thai, and also a bit of sportscasting, so some commentary and stuff for a football team.
I see. I seen him on a video, like talking Thai, talking about your product and things like that.
Yeah, that was interesting. About a month ago, I was on a Thai TV channel where basically I had to represent my company, but all in Thai, and tell them basically what we do, what we're all about, and what the new product is.
I see the spokesperson for your company then.
Yeah, I was the media spokesperson. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's get into it. So when you first moved here, you didn't know how to speak Thai, obviously.
No, not at all. I mean, when I first came to visit, I always, every country I go to, I try and find out thank you and sorry. Because I'm always bumping into people and stuff, so you want to say sorry, and you want to sound polite, so I say thank you, you know? So I knew a bit like that, really, and maybe one, two, three or something.
So how'd you go about learning Thai?
So I started off, I think the first things was food and taxis, really.
Okay.
Because Bangkok's a big city, and you're constantly having to go places. So the first thing I kind of learned was how to say I want to go, and then you can just change the name of the places. And then I learned the forward, left, right, and stop. So that's probably one of the first things I learned.
So this is your plan basically. Is that what you're saying? You basically learn a little bit at a time.
I basically, what I did was I learned lots and lots of names for things, lots of sort of nouns. And I did that mainly for the first 6 months, but I couldn't put them together because I had no like junctioning words to go through them. So at the beginning it was lots of words, but it was things for your everyday life, because then you're going to practice them. So there's no point me learning, you know, like how a TV works and speaking in Thai, because I'm never going to talk about that. So it's things like every day I would take a taxi to go and get dinner or something. So I'd learn how to say I want to go to, and then when I get there to say stop. And then of course when you're there you need to eat every day, you need to eat and drink. So then I did ordering. So I suppose what you want to say, what was my sort of formulated plan?
Because this is so that people can learn, okay, how does it work? Like we want to know how did you go about learning to speak Thai fluently?
Well, I mean, I don't have the best memory offhand. I have sort of a visual memory. So I got someone to say it. I wrote it down phonetically. Of course, Thai is like, it's different writing, right? So I wrote it down phonetically, and this I found that you have to write how it sounds to you. Because if someone else if I give you my phonetics, it may sound completely different to you. So it's how it's in my head. So it's pointless like me picking up a book of someone else's writing.
So you're saying, just walk me through it, like, okay, so I want to learn.
Well, maybe we can do this. You speak Cantonese, right?
Yes,
Okay, can you teach me? I want to say, what's something easy? What, give me a sentence I want to do.
I want to eat rice.
Okay, I want to eat rice, so that's quite nice. So first I'd ask you to say it.
我想食飯.
Okay, ngor sung sek fan. So right now I can't quite get it. So for me, the first word ngor, right?
Ngor, yeah.
I would say in my mind that's ngor.
Ah.
So I'd write down ngor. For someone else, they might not think of it like that. So
I see, I see. So let me give it back to you. See, so you want to learn how to say something, and you say, I want to learn this, and then they say it, and then you kind of visualize and picture it in your head how you would say it phonetically.
yeah, and even if I've got paper around, I'll write it
And
down.
you write it down.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
I'd probably go ngor, so ngor. What was the second one?
Sung.
Sung. So I mean, if I did sung, it might be sung, but you're saying something slightly different.
Ngor sung sik fan.
Sung. So I mean, that then sometimes letters aren't enough.
Yeah.
So I might just put a line swooping up because it's like sung.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ngor sung, sung,
Ngor sung sik fan.
ngor sung sek fan.
Exactly. Very
Yeah.
good.
So, but I'd need to, because I've got a visual memory, I would have to put it down on paper.
Got it. So you visualize and you write it down so you can see how you pronounce it. Got it. And then you just
Then I have to use it. Now, if I don't use it again that day,
Yeah.
it's gone.
yeah.
Even though I've written it down, I still have to get the book out. So I would just go up to every time I do an order.
Oh, sorry, it's like
everybody rice, yeah. I've been going everywhere just going rice, yeah. So
I
do that. I think practice is the most important thing. You've got to use it in a practical way,
Yeah.
and then when it works, you
Yeah.
get like positive, you get gratification, right? So then I think it locks in your head because you're like,
Yeah.
I said it properly that time, and I got my rice. Boom! I think it's in there now.
You got it. It's like small wins, and you
Yeah.
start with the things that they're practical to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to use it every day.
That's something you use every day. There's no point of learning, talking about politics.
Yeah,
You're never
exactly.
going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So okay, got it. And then visualize it the way that that sounds
Yeah,
to you. The way
and
that sounds
I
to you.
think that's quite important because
Yeah.
it's the way it sounds to me, the way I
It's
spell
different.
it. Because you can't just pick up a book, especially with the Asian languages,
Yeah.
where it's different characters.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be what I think, And I've had it in the past where someone's asked me, "How do you say this in Thai? Can you write it down for me?" Well, I can do, but you're not going to be able to say it properly at the end. You've got to write it down yourself.
I see. So how long did you go about doing that for?
That was the first sort of maybe kind of 6 months. The beginning part was learning the little key sentences you use every day. Your hellos, how are yous,
Yeah.
I want to go, I want to eat.
Yeah.
And then the next part was learning the names of things.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be there and I found out, this was a key question, I found out, how do you say this in Thai?
Yeah.
So once I had that sentence, I just use it all the time. So I'd go, like, how do you say this? And point to, a table or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and then try and remember it. And I would forget it,
Yeah.
But if you do it 2, 3, 4 times, you start hearing it, and then you start hearing other people say it. And
Yeah.
the alarm bell goes up in your head, and you're just like, I know they're talking about a table now,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I know that word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I started building up a bank of sort of nouns and names of things.
Yeah.
Some just stick in your head because you can make an association,
Yeah.
or they might be similar to English or
Yeah.
your primary language.
Yeah.
They stay in nicely. Other ones you'll just have trouble with.
Yeah.
I had like the words for chopsticks. I couldn't remember that for years.
Yeah.
Every time, if I heard someone else say it, I'd kind of know because it would turn up in a sentence about eating.
Yeah.
But so, the other thing is you can't get down about that. You've got to keep your morale high.
Yeah.
If you beat yourself up about it, going like, "Oh, I'll never be able to speak this," then you won't. But if you keep positive,
How did you keep your morale high?
well, I
Because
think,
there are going to be ups and downs when you're
yeah,
learning.
sometimes it's terrible. You just try and explain it so much, and the person's just like, "What? What?" You
Yeah.
go over and over, and they're your bad days. But other days, it's really the people you interact with. When you get something right and they say like, "Oh, that's really good," then you're like, "Yes," that's sort of 1 point to me.
So when you're practicing it, what I'm pointing into what motivates you, or what gives you keep your morale high is when you're actually interacting
Yes.
with a person,
Yes.
and when they go like, "Wow, you're very good,"
Yeah,
and
like-
you,
That for me, that positive reinforcement
yeah,
is that what really drove me on, and wanting to talk with people is, for me, that's what I'm like in English as well. I love talking to people, so
Yeah.
I think that really helped.
Have you ever thought of that? You before you moved here before you took on this Asia trip.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of learning how to speak Thai?
No, not at all, not at all. I think I was kind of a bit stupid as young guys are. I just thought you get to China and everyone's like, you know, I thought it's all going to be like that, and it all just seems so daunting. You know, like it seems like not a single word is the same.
Yeah.
And the other thing is where like we have one word for something, like say the word ice. Okay, in Thai they say hard water.
One more time.
So the word ice, right?
Ice, yeah.
Ice that you put in your drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
In Thai they don't have a one word for it. They say water hard, hard water.
Got it.
So it's things like that.
That's
so
ice for them.
yeah. So water means is nam.
Yeah.
And then keng means hard.
Yeah.
So nam keng is hard water, but it means ice.
Got it.
So, but that's the other beautiful thing. It's because you might already know water, then someone says ice, and you say, oh, what's the other bit? And now you know hard, and you can use hard in another conversation. You know?
Yeah.
It's good. All of these. It's like kind of like a brickwork. You get all your bricks, and then you can take them out, and put them in other places, and they all fit together.
And some bricks are more. What I hear is that most frequently used word, and also some bricks are more useful, like the connecting words. Yeah. Like you get a lot more out of it versus like some other words.
Yes, of course. The things like because. Yeah. Because was the biggest one for me. Because at this time I had quite a good vocabulary, was having a bit of trouble putting together. I was using lots of ands, and this, and then when I learnt because, it was brilliant because a lot of conversation is someone asking a question and answering it, right? Yeah. So like, why is it this? And you say it's this because, and suddenly it opened this whole new word. So there's some real key words. Yeah. These junctions. Yeah. And I think they're important when you're learning a new language.
Cool, awesome. All right, so I think do you have anything else that you want to add to for people who just want to maybe start learning Thai or any new language?
One is repetition. Yeah. Two is it's probably the biggest one, is do not be shy. Yeah. Like do not, if someone laughs at you when you say something wrong, don't take it in a bad way. Yeah. It is funny, I mean, when someone else, comes and speaks like your native language, they maybe say a slight word wrong. Yeah. It might come out as a rude word, might come out as something really different. It is funny, so don't feel bad when you say something and a couple of people giggle.
How did you deal with it?
You just have to laugh with them.
What's your mindset? So your mindset is you made them laugh, or what is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I got that one wrong. Like we're all laughing together. I'll try again. Yeah. You can't sit there like, oh, they're making fun of me. There's no point me speaking it anyway. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they probably can't speak your language. Yeah. That's why you're using this language. Yeah. So you're no worse than anyone else. Yeah. And at least you're trying. Yeah.
And people appreciate that. Yeah.
They do. It goes a long way. A really long way. When you travel anywhere and you use even just a few choice sentences, your thank yous, or you're welcome, that goes a long way. People respect you a lot more if a waitress gives you something and you say thank you. Yeah. You're going to get better service in a restaurant if you bother to use their language.
What other benefits is there that you got after learning Thai?
Oh well, I mean, I got to change my job. I got a higher status job for it from teaching different languages. I get better prices of everything. Whenever it's not a set price in a market or whatever, I will get a better price than someone speaking English. Yeah. Because they appreciate that you're speaking in Thai, and they also you give an air that you know what's going on. You know what that you're talking about.
They
can't
scam you. They can't trick you.
Indeed, yes, and also people can't talk behind your back. So it makes you more settled because when you first move here, you'll find out the word that means foreigner. Yeah. So in Thai it's farang. Farang is Thai, is a foreign person in Thai. Yeah. So your first few months, you know that word, and everyone's going farang, and you're like, he's talking about me. Yeah. And once you learn, you're like, they weren't talking about me at all. They were saying that there's a fruit called farang.
Oh really?
So stuff like that. So it gives you peace of mind. It can get you better jobs. It gives you better deals when you're buying things.
Yeah. How about girls?
Yeah, it does. It does.
How'd you miss that one, Joe?
I was trying to show that I'm a nice guy. I wouldn't, kiss and tell. But it does work.
There's nothing wrong with
No.
Chatting with girls with your language skills.
There's nothing nicer than if you meet a girl. Maybe you start in English and they're like, I'm sorry, I cannot speak English, and you just go, ไม่เป็นไรพูดไทยก็ได้นะครับเป็นอะไรครับ and you just go boom like straight to Thai, and they're just like, wow,
Really?
It's impressive.
That's his trick.
Yeah, I like to just leave it, then drop the bomb.
Drop the bomb.
Yeah, drop the Thai bomb. We call
Thai
it. The
bomb.
T-bomb. Sit there and I like you, yes, and then just go คุณสวยมากเลยครับมีแฟนหรือเปล่าครับ and you just boom and they're like whoa. It is good. It is good.
See, that's the most important thing for him, actually. I think maybe I'm trying to hide it. I gotta poke it through. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for letting me stay here.
No problem. Anytime. Your good friend Brian, and I hope I can do as much help as I can.
Yeah.
And so, hang on. What are you doing? You've got 7 days.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your mission goal? What's your mission statement?
So I'm gonna announce it now. Then I guess. So while I'm here, my goal is to learn basic Thai in 7 days. Basic Thai meanings. Ordering food, going to taxi, directions and things like that. So that's my mini challenge. Because last time I did a learn German in 90 days challenge.
Yes, I saw that one.
Right.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do well. You do well.
Thank you. But not everybody. For me, I love Thailand. I come here almost every year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here for maybe 5-6 times already.
Yeah, because it's on the way back to see family and
Totally.
things. Yeah.
So because I want to be here, like the beach and like the food and like the people.
Yeah. And you like me.
And of course I like you. and so I love the Thai culture. And so I want to start learning a little bit, but I'm not committed to I want to be fluent in it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So why does it always have to be like a 90 days challenge? So I'm gonna switch it up and just to experience things and see how far I can take in 7 days.
Right.
So here it is. Learn basic Thai in 7 days.
It's going to be difficult.
So,
wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you. So I'll be making video every day from now on. So
can you remember it? Sa wa di club.
Savadi Club.
Yes.
I always thought it's Savadi Kyle sometimes.
Because for women.
Oh really?
Girls say car, boys say club.
Oh, Savadi Club.
Yeah. So that's the sort of that's hello and goodbye. And then if you want to say thank you, you say kap kun kap.
Kap kun kap.
There you go.
Right,
Yeah. You
cool.
said thank you.
All right. So thank you, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye.